The Diddy trial just cracked open the celebrity underworld, and guess whose name is all over it? Barack Hussein Obama. You guys gotta check this video out.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. As the Diddy trial unfolds, so much is being learned about the underbelly of the celebrity and entertainment and political influence world. For instance, did you know that Barack Obama was in Diddy's mouth? Are you ready for this? Let's cook. Here we go. Diddy's bodyguard says there are tapes of politicians at freak-offs, claims the rapper learned from other music moguls, and that there are A-listers much larger than Diddy inside of these tapes. We know these tapes exist. The feds went and raided his house, took all of his hard drives and his videos. His bodyguards have been out saying,
I'm sorry to pause so early, guys, but if you had to make a bingo board for 2025, did you see any of this coming? Was Obama being named in this trial? Did you see this coming at all? I thought it was going to be a bunch of other celebrities, maybe a few politicians, but a former president. They wanted you to believe Trump was the bad guy. But do you see what these people are doing?
they know that there were recording devices all throughout his home. Comedian Eddie Griffin says that Diddy is a dead man and won't leave prison alive. Well, why would that be? It has to be someone big. It has to be someone who is the A-lister of the A-listers, as it's been described in some of these videos. So what exactly is the relationship between Diddy and Barack Obama? Well, it's very cozy, in fact.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And I just want to say how much I appreciate Puff Daddy for doing the kinds of work that he's doing, because he doesn't have to do this. But this is part of what is important about giving back.
Yes, we applaud you, and I want to apologize for not sweating, but I do this so much. I'm so cool. I just want y'all to see everybody I'm interviewing is sweating. I'm not even touching my brow. I'm so cool, and I want to apologize. I ain't trying to make you look bad or nothing like that, but I'm just so cool. We
T-shirt. I tell you, if he was wearing one of those fancy designer clothes he's designing.
Yeah, wow.
I'm
Let's
disgusted
talk
too.
about how sweaty we're getting together. These people are such creeps. Anyway, the point is that Diddy had Obama in his mouth every night, meaning that Diddy took Obama-shaped drugs every single night, according to new testimony. Let's go ahead and look at what the court reporter had to say. The conversation.
I'm not gonna lie, that's cult behavior, guys. These people were literally they weren't even partying. You know, they were worshiping themselves. They're worshiping their own power. That's sick. This is getting deep. Make sure you guys keep watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Conversation going on. The Diddy trial, sadly, is not on camera. We would love to see these questions in real time. So this is the U.S. attorney. Did you meet with a lot of people? Diddy's drug dealer. Yeah. Even former presidents. Which ones? Barack Obama. What was your understanding would have happened if you hadn't done these things? Meant buying Diddy drugs. Funny how he doesn't ask a follow-up question about Obama. Isn't that curious? Wouldn't you say, like, well, why are you, Diddy's drug dealer, meeting with Barack Obama? It's a little strange. Did you ever pick up drugs from Mr. Cohn? Yeah, I picked up this and that and this and that. Did you give him permission to use your name? I don't recall. So that's the Obama name drop. This is a photo that was entered into evidence of a Barack Obama ecstasy drug that was used. This is, of course, the news that's breaking across my timeline. But got to tell you, man, the hole goes a lot deeper here with Barack Obama and with Diddy. Now, obviously, Diddy was somebody who was close to Obama, so close, in fact, that he ran multiple campaigns with him, was often seen on the campaign trail throughout Obama's political life, was somebody who was so close, in fact, that many say that he was turned into.
Why do you guys think these people were close? I believe he was providing him with something, and he was providing him with something. Do with that information what you will. That's what I think. Just do with that information what you will.
An informant. An informant for what? Well, clearly not the dealing of drugs. That had Obama's face all over it. No. An informant for the FBI, he was being used by Intel. Diddy was being used by
FBI.
Intel. According to Suge Knight, who's also a record executive who knows so very much about Diddy, saying, wait a second, Obama was in on it. There's an entire protection cabal around Diddy. And he said this in multiple interviews. I'm going to play the first one with Patrick Bet-David.
Punish as hard as a regular person because, you know, he used to be an FBI informant for a long time, they say. So I'm quite sure that played a role.
You're saying...
Asking the question, me, Cat, and Puffy, we had no reason to be hanging out. Me and Cat and not me and Puffy.
Got it. So you're saying Diddy's an FBI informant, and he's been one for many years.
That's what they say. Nothing ever happens, but it's still, like I say, it ain't my business. Well, I said that because anybody else got it up quick, fast, in a hurry.
That explains literally everything. Literally, it explains everything. That's how he dodged the system for years, because he was feeding these people. And now he became a liability. But it also is kind of weird how you got the Democrats in the office, people that party along with this guy, then you get the Republican Trump in office, then all of a sudden, it all comes crumbling down. It's just a little fishy.
But, you know, the most important thing about this is that with me, you got some people will have a opinion on something either they weren't a part of or they wasn't there. And I never want to be that type of person.
So what's been coming out in this trial is that Diddy is committing a ton of crimes in broad daylight, in the middle of the day, on camera. The abuse and domestic abuse of his girlfriends and of other people, it's all on camera. And no one ever does anything. Nobody ever files any charges. It's kind of like Epstein. All of this stuff is happening wide open, in the open. And nothing ever happens. The next clip is quite interesting. Again, Suge Knight, record executive, he's currently serving time. And he says, listen, Obama was there all the time with Diddy.
Opinion or knowledge, how long was he an informant?
I think probably since the 90s.
Wow.
We had a conversation before. And if look at the things he was able to do. You were able to do all these things, nothing happened. His friend, one of his partners, they got convicted for selling drugs for the company. Nothing never happened to him. And he got Obama to give him a pardon with no problem at all. I can go to Obama and say, hey, my childhood friend is in prison for life, let him go. It would never happen.
That's for sure. And that did happen with Puffy.
We wouldn't be having. Yeah. 1,000%.
You think Obama had anything to do with any of these parties that he had?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You got presidents, you got preachers. T.D. Jakes is one of the biggest black preachers around that everybody loves. Everybody in prison, if they try to get the word of religion, they're not going to the chapel somewhere. They're turning to watch T.D. Jakes. He had to resign from his whole community.
That's right.
You talking about the top of the top.
I mean, Suge Knight's not going to be out of jail for a very long time. He's doing like 20 years. So what good is it to him? You know, like when you're staring down the rest of your life in prison, you just, I guess, start telling the truth. I mean, what else is going to happen to you? You're already locked up. Actor Terrence Howard said on the PBD podcast that every celebrity attended Diddy parties, and they lost their man card. That included LeBron James, Barack Obama, Jay-Z, and so on. So Obama hanging out with Diddy, best friends. Nobody's heard anything about Barack. Barack Obama hasn't said anything about Diddy, the sex trafficking case. Very strange. Very quiet, very silent. But there are still clips that exist, like this, where Chrissy Teigen and John Legend are asked the most memorable place they had sex, and she answers honestly, the Obama thing. What was that exactly?
Public place you did it. Is this the best or the worst? What did you do?
The best.
Okay, the best? Probably the Obama thing.
John!
That's cold right there. That right there is cold. How do you sit there and say that? That's how they talk when they know it's dark. But I wonder if we will ever find out the full truth of something so deep. What do you guys think went on? Do you think they were taking the Obama-shaped pill?
What's the? Oh God!
Oh God!
John,
What?
what is your wife talking about?
I don't know. We're not.
Look at him start sweating.
Where'd you get back
Super
in?
weird.
Or blushing.
What happened?
We're not going to discuss
We're not
that.
going to discuss it.
We're not. We're not.
Oh
Look how
my
uncomfortable
God!
he gets.
Secret Service. Come here, jump back in.
Hi.
Look at John. Look at I don't.
Hi.
We're not talking about it. That's the truth.
Look at how uncomfortable he's getting. Everyone knew. Everyone knew. But there's other stuff that, maybe we don't know. That's coming to light when you put all the pieces together. It's crazy. But now Cassie Ventura has confirmed that Jonathan Odie isn't crazy and that this all happened. Cassie Ventura confirmed the Trump hotel shooter and self-proclaimed Diddy sex slave, who claims Diddy, Hillary Clinton, and Obama are part of a sex cabal, was one of Diddy's sex workers. Cassie Ventura identified Jonathan Odie as one of the sex workers who she was forced to engage in freak-off parties with. Odie, who shot a firearm at Trump Doral in Miami, according to him, to get Trump's attention, said that Diddy, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama are part of a cabal that are trying to kill President Trump. He claimed that Diddy was part of a black Illuminati group that engages in pedophilia, animal abuse, satanic rituals, CIA.
So you got sworn testimonies, you got politicians and tapes, you got people coming up and saying all this. They may sound crazy, but what more information do you need? She went through this and she's telling the other people that this guy's not lying. This guy's not crazy. He was one of the people at the freak-offs. What more information do you need? They told us it was just music. It was just politics. But the deeper you dig, the dirtier it gets. Diddy isn't the only one sweating. They all are. Keep asking the right questions, guys. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. Out.